Welcome back to yet another sketchbook video, episode 7. Last week, no, 2 weeks ago, we had the zine episode where we touched on how I made the zine, what's in the zine, and whatnot. And then I recently came across, apparently zines are for nerds and people who have too much time. Like, what, bro? That's not true. My zine was pretty cool. Regardless, this relates to the zine because if you remember on one of the pages I talked about gingerbread men, and I also talked about nutcrackers too. So what I'm kind of doing here, not what I'm kind of doing, what I am doing here is giving you more in-depth scene of the gingerbread men, how they came about, who made them, what they're made with, where they're made, things like that. And there's gonna be more to the story, of course, but this is just, I think for this season, I'm just gonna focus on gingerbread men and how they're made. And then, on the off time, next season I'm gonna bring it back full circle. You're gonna see the castle, where they are, everything like that, all the ideas. But essentially, the nutcrackers, gingerbread men, clowns, all a part of the same world. Even these little elf guys that are chefs here, they're all a part of the same world, and they're all gonna get their own episode eventually. Like I plan to do gingerbread men as well and things like that. But for now, I was just really focused on getting this environment down because if you notice, like if you look at my online presence and if you have all the access that there is to my portfolios around the internet, there's not really that many environment drawings, especially like things and people next to them, because I've always had trouble with that. But I have to be honest, I don't even know what happened this time around, because I came into this drawing thinking like I want something really cozy. I want something that's really gonna make me feel warm inside and fuzzy. Like I want to actually go there. That's what I like. Like when I watch Adventure Time makes me feel like that. Like you want to be in Adventure Time. You know what I mean? The environment is just amazing. The character is amazing. That's what I strive for, and that's what I think all world building strives to do. Because what is it if your audience does not want to go to your place? You haven't made it immersive enough. You haven't made it real and intriguing enough. You know what I mean? So that's the goal that I aim for when I made this piece. I said when I look at this piece, I want to go there. I want to envision myself standing there, being in that environment. So that's kind of what happened subconsciously. It was such a strong thought on my mind. I was just like, yeah, this is what's happening. And so really the easiest part was the drawing for me, as always. You can see all the details. I got those all down. It was like a lot to take account of, but it was pretty simple in the long run. And I even added a few Easter eggs here and there. If you see in the corner where those pans are right now, there's a small gingerbread man. If you see on top of the cabinets, he's a clown. You're gonna see it more when I color it in. It's kind of pixely right now because I think the DPI is too high or low. I'm not sure which one. But there's some Easter eggs, like even some books I put that I actually read in my real life. I put them in there so that keen eye. It will be like Where's Waldo, kind of like the Halloween drawing that I did that is on my Instagram. But I'm just adding like random elements that I think I would want to be included in the world. Like right now I'm drawing the rugs of Christmas related items so that they at least have some fun while they're doing this odd ritualistic homunculus type of ritual to bring this gingerbread to life. That's definitely where I got some of the inspiration from for this guy. I was always into alchemy and things like that ever since 2019, and I kind of want the gingerbread to definitely be a homunculus. So that's what's going on here. You see it's kind of merging elements of Halloween and Christmas together, like because we're just coming out of November. It has not Christmas yet, and we still have the whole winter to draw. So this is kind of the maneuver. Yeah, maneuver is the word. Maneuver into the winter, into Christmas, in that whole world that you are about to see unfold before you. And now it gets a little bit challenging for me with these colors here, because at first I didn't know what colors I wanted to put, so I was just putting colors. Like literally, I was just putting any colors that I thought were good. And this had to be the most chaotic, stressful, like the most grieving aspect of this whole drawing for me, because still to this day I do not consider myself a color guy. I even had to enlist the help of my mom in the later parts of when I was coloring it, like when it was almost finished. Had to enlist the help of my mom. I was like, Mom, I don't know what to color this. I need some help. Like, what does your eye see? and she kind of put me onto some of the solutions. So thank you to my mom for that, because then it ended up looking pretty nice. And I have to say, another challenge is definitely coloring jars and coloring like plastic bags, because I wanted to really get the effect that it was plastic bag. And again, I had to achieve that with color, because it's going to be a colored drawing, and that was definitely a challenge. But I think I did well. You just got to turn the opacity down or make it like darker or whatever. And then I kind of hit it with all the shading. The shading was my favorite part by far, because it's not just like that average shading, like where there's no light coming from anywhere. That's like amateur stuff. I used to be on that all the time. But you can see that it's coming from the fireplace. Like the fireplace is the source of all the light, and especially it brings it out more when the fire is actually drawn. I don't know why. Maybe because it's a bright thing and it contrasts everything. But overall, I'm very glad with the composition of this piece. And I had to add the signature typography at the end. But essentially, yeah, this is how the gingerbread are made. I think you can infer a lot of things from the drawing, so I don't have to go into too much detail. But yeah, short episode today. I was excited to talk about it, so that's why I talk fast. But hope you guys enjoyed.